Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I would like to thank the sponsors. Without you guys, this event would definitely not be possible. I would like to thank the parents. It's because of you that these young men has accepted their responsibility of being role models and student athletes. Our mission at FootballU is to help as many young men as possible. It is our belief that if we can help these young men to become well-rounded, then they will have a better chance at success in life, not just football. We will continue to put our best foot forward, and we thank you for trusting us with your kids. Thank you. Now I'm asking Myron Fletcher to the stage to bless the food.
Everyone bow your heads. Gracious God, we thank you for this event. We thank you for the many blessings that you have prepared and given us in this room. We thank you for the talents that are in the building. We thank you for the grace that you've given each and every one of these young men to be the best that they can be. Now, God, we ask that you bless the food, bless the hands that prepared it, bless us who are about to consume it. Let it be nourishable for our bodies, and we give you the praise, the glory, and all the honor intentionally. And every heart in the building said, amen.
So we're going to continue on with the program. So with no further ado, put your hands together for the host of tonight, Mr. Myron Fletcher.
How you all doing tonight? That food, you all, somebody must have had a full mouth when he asked, was the food good? Like half the room said yes. The other half we heard chewing. But we appreciate you being here tonight. Tonight is a very special occasion. It's this 6th annual Junior National Elite Award Banquet 2018. They're doing it again, y'all. STL FootballU is doing it again. And I have to say, this speaks to the commitment that all of us hold when it comes to propelling and empowering our youth to be all that they can be. And we know that they can be out doing anything else that they want to do. They could be out there defying your authority and other authorities, but they chose to do the hard right over the easy wrong. And tonight, STL FootballU wants to congratulate them and honor them for all of their hard work. Put your hands together for all of our honorees tonight. It's an honor to be here. And now I'm going to introduce our first speaker. If you can, put your hands together for our dear friend, Mr. Glenn Husky. Put your hands together.
Thank you, Myron. Thank you, Sterling. And thank you all the attendees and the athletes. I was truly humbled 2 months ago when Sterling called me up and said, Glenn would really like you to speak at the STL FootballU Award Banquet. I said, why me? Now, they put a nice write-up in the brochure tonight talking about my 43-year career in telecommunications, serving in the Air Force. And I thought about what I'd talk about. And he says, Sterling said, a little bit about your life, a little bit about how you encourage young men. And I said, okay, I can do that. I can do that. At first, what I want to do is recognize a few people. First of all, if you're a parent, a grandparent, or a guardian assisting these athletes in this room, please stand up. Please stand up. If you're a parent, a guardian, a grandparent, well-deserved round of applause. Please take a seat. For you student athletes, I have a real brief message this evening, but hopefully real pointed. That is your foundation for your future. These are the people that when you couldn't drive, drove you to these events, drove you to the sporting events, training, whatever it took to be there. Forever be grateful to those people. In life, I can tell you, the most constant thing in life is change. And something's going to happen in your career. For the 6th and 7th, 8th graders out there that are aspiring to be high school athletes, for you high school athletes, they're aspiring to be great college athletes, something will come up in your life. It's going to happen. I can say this happened to me when I was 10. I was orphaned, lost both my parents, and I was a ward of the state, and had a great family take me in. It was my aunt and uncle. Later on in my life, when I was playing baseball for the Air Force, I had a severe injury. My faith sustained me through all of that. Something's going to change in your life. You're going to have to rely on your faith and that family unit I just talked about. For all you high schoolers out there, there's going to be recognized tonight. When you go off to college, if you plan on playing college football, stand up for you athletes. Stand up. Stand up. Look at these. Give them a round of applause. That's a dream right there. Take a seat. Young men, listen to what I'm about ready to tell you. If there's any advice I could give you, because as my life changed at 21, when I thought I'd be doing something else, my life changed when I had that severe injury. And if you read the little notes about me, I've been very privileged because of my foundation. My beautiful wife Janet sits there at the table. And my life changed, but I've been able to successfully endure some of those changes and made lemonade out of lemons, right? It happens. But for you young men, here's what I can tell you. If you're already a sophomore and you haven't taken the ACT, take it. Take it now, take it often, get your grades in order. The classroom, and Sterling talked about in the opening statement earlier this evening, I can just tell you right now, because I have 5 kids, 3 are college athletes, 2 serve this great nation in the military. When you go off to college, there's one thing that your coaches will demand from you, and that's, first of all, academic excellence in the classroom. Because guess what? There are a lot of gifted athletes. On a football team, typically, most colleges have 125 athletes on their program to 145. And that's an average, right? With 22 starting positions, not counting special teams. I can tell you this right now, if you're not strong in the classroom, you won't make it. There are a lot of kids, if you didn't know this, as freshmen attend college, the dropout rate after the first semester is 25%. Did you all know that? 25%. It's because of classroom, the lack of classroom commitment. Have to be committed to the classroom. So as you think about as high schoolers, you know, A's and B's get you degrees, take the ACT, and be prepared. Be the first to practice, the last to lead practice. These are things that are extremely important. Part of being in that 43-year career in telecommunications is I have a love job. I do too, coach high school football. And I'm the college recruitment coordinator for the last 5 years for the high school I coach at. And I can tell you this, it is extremely important, the things I just told you. There are a lot of gifted athletes who go off to college and play football, play basketball. We're going to hear from one of the great ones in St. Louis here in a little bit. I can tell you right now, you have to be strong in the classroom. And once again, rely on that foundation, that family unit, and your faith, and it will get you where you need to be. And final thing, I want to give thanks again to Sterling, the president of STL FootballU. He is a testament, because I can tell you this, he says some things to me. He says, Glenn, you're one of my mentors. And I like to say a reciprocating factor. My son, Blake Husky, played football for me at STL FootballU, and he's a sophomore at Quincy University, D2 program, as a wide receiver. And we talk about you all the time, Sterling, and want to thank you for your mentorship, your leadership, for all these young men. And once again, God bless each and every one of you, your journey and your dreams of college football and beyond, but prepare for life, because you do not know when you have to make lemonade out of those lemons. Be prepared in the classroom, in college. Have a great journey. God bless you all. Thank you.
Come on, give Mr. Husky another hand. Words of wisdom from the heart. They go far. Also, we got a double whammy. We have co-speakers, it's always good to have people who've been there, done that, come and tell you what you need to do to get to where you dream. Mr. Husky just had all of you stand up who had a dream, and a lot of young men stood up. Now you have a young man that's going to come, and he's going to show you, tell you what it takes to be there in his own words. If you would, give a warm welcome to Larry Hughes.
Thank you there, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm a writer. I like to write things down, make sure I hit the things that I want to get across. That's too short for you. Yeah. But first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for the opportunity of inviting me here to speak to the youth. But it also goes to speaking to the parents as well. I'm a parent of young people that are navigating through this world today. And I tell you, it's tough. But I think what's most important is a support system. And we showed, early on by standing up the number of support that you have, whether it be a mom, a dad, a grandparent, aunt, uncle, or just a family friend. I mean, those people play an important role in your life. I'm from right here in St. Louis. I grew up downtown St. Louis, blessed to be in a single-parent household. And I say blessed because I was able to follow my mother's lead. And we talk about the support system and what goes on within that support. There are sacrifices that are made for us to go out and reach our goals, to go out and do the best that we can. There's a time commitment that's made for us to go out and do the things that we love to do. So my support system started early with watching my mother, how she navigated the time, navigated the cost of things that I wanted to do, navigated through working multiple jobs. So I saw that support system early, so I know how important it is. But the support system doesn't stop. It won't stop because you go into high school. It won't stop because you go into college. It won't stop once you hit the business world. You're always going to need that support system. So now my support system is my wife, Carrie, my 4 kids, Lauren, Landis, Larry, and Lyric. So we support and we motivate each other. And in order to be successful, you have to have people and opportunities that you're able to bounce things off of. And those opportunities, those are experiences. Everything we do, everything we try to do, it won't turn out right. But that's an experience that we have. So if you have that experience to make a bad decision, the next time you run into that event, you know by experience that that wasn't a good decision that was made. So you're able to maneuver and make a better decision. And my wife told me early on is to make sure that I mentioned being consistent. And we were talking about being consistent with, on social media and how things happen through social media and what opportunities we lose through social media. But I say be consistent with your acknowledgement of your support system. Be consistent with the acknowledgement of the people who are there to give you that energy. Because now I'm removed from a basketball, I'm removed from an arena, had the opportunity to play in front of 20,000, 15,000 people each night, and that was over a 13-year career. So I understand the experience and the support system that it takes to be successful, because I had the opportunity to look in the stands and see 10,000, 12,000 people that were on our side. That was our support system. So support comes in many ways. It's not just from your immediate family, not just from people that grew up in your neighborhood, but just people that want to create an experience for you, create an opportunity for you. So don't let that go to waste. If there's an opportunity for you to be acknowledged for an award, show up. Show up. If there's a chance that you may not win that award, show up. Because then that's an experience that you have. You know how to win, you know how to lose, you know how to succeed, you know how to fail. And I think that's what's most important in being successful. Because I've failed many a times. But I've also been successful many times. So they go hand in hand. You can't have the good without some bad. So with what I'm doing today and why I felt it was good for me to come and have this conversation, and I like to say conversation, not just the speaking engagement, but I want to make sure that you take something away, is because where I am right now, I need my community. I need to give this information to the young people that are striving to get to a position where I held for many, many years. I need that. I need to help people. I need to help people reach their goals and obtain things that they're looking for. So I'm very appreciative for you guys to invite me in to have this conversation. So there's something that I want to read to you guys. And I pretty much, ever since I came across these words, I've been reading these words before I go to bed each night and as soon as I wake up in the morning. So here it goes. Rise and make it shine. Shine your own light. Light your own way. Speak courage and wisdom into existence. Stay woke. Positive moves. Stay woke. Positivity moves you ahead. Negativity pulls you down. Stay up. Stay away and clear of those things that don't make you feel like you. Own your own direction. There's power in your connections. Don't let anyone put you on your own pedestal. Climb up there yourself and get down when you're ready. So we all run into hard times, and we all may have some sort of spiritual background or some sort of higher power understanding. Times will come, and I think your faith is what will pull you through those times. And never be ashamed to face hard times. All right? Rise and shine. Thank you.
Come on, give him another hand. Just words of wisdom. I wish we had an adjustment on this microphone. I would have raised it up. But we thank him for coming. So now, there are two things that I want to kind of bring to your attention. Back to my right, in the back of the room, we have an auction table full of some phenomenal things. I was meeting Sterling at a gas station just last week, I guess it was. And to my surprise, Mr. Husky was there, and he donated 2 items that just blew our mind. And I would invite you to go and look at them, because the auction will be closing soon. But we want you to go and bid on those things so you can have them someone else's prized possession in your home. So we want to thank everyone who gave. Mr. Husky, he gave Jackie Smith, football, and my father looking at me wide-eyed already. That's his era. All you older guys, that's your era. How many know who Jackie Smith is? There he is. I knew it. There he is. So now we've come to this moment. I want you all to take your cell phones out, and I want you to take as many pictures as you want, as you can, and we're hashtagging it to JNE2K18. All right? Take your phones out. Every photo, feel free. Take a photo, take a video, whatever you want, as many as you can. Flood it. It's 2K. It's JNE2K1818. JNE2K18. All photos that you have. Take a picture of each other, selfies, whatever you want to do. and flooded. All right? Everybody have that? The silent auction, feel free to go back, and every photo you take, J&E 2K 18. We all right? We clear? You all enjoying yourself so far? This is a wonderful event. Wonderful event. And so now, we want to start with our third keynote speaker. Is phenomenal. I can't wait to hear her speak. It's the president of Cardinal Ritter High School. If you would, put your hands together for Kamiko Armstead. Tamiko, I'm sorry. Tamiko Armstead.
And I know it too. I have to talk to my parents about that. People butcher my name all the time. That's the thing when you got a name that's a little different. How y'all doing today? Tonight? Good. You know, I was thinking about how there are so many things that we do that sort of just become normal. Like whenever we meet people, so I've met a few people tonight, and whenever we introduce ourselves, we always say, "Nice to have met you. Pleased to meet you." We may or may not believe that, but we say it just because we were raised right. Be courteous to folks when you meet them. Say it's nice to meet them. You happy to know them. I was thinking about that as I was looking out at these wonderful young men and how really true that is when people want to meet you all. There are so many people who aren't even in this room tonight that know you, that might even be talking about you because they've seen your parents post about you on social media. They're following you. They know what school you're going to. They're familiar with your stats. They've read about you. They know your name. They know how many offers you had. If you're in middle school, there are people who are wondering what high school you're going to attend. If you haven't committed yet, if you're in high school, they're wondering what college is going to be so lucky to have you. So there are so many people that really would come up to you and be happy to meet you. And when they say, "Nice to meet you, pleased to meet you," they'll really, actually, genuinely believe that. I want you to think about that because these are usually people that follow football, right? They probably can tell you more than you even know about your own self. They can tell you about how many rushing yards you had, or passing yards, or interceptions, or tackles, or sacks, or if you made all team or first team. There are people out there like that that know all kinds of things about you and would love to meet you. But what about the people that don't know anything about football? What about the people who hear the word safety and they think that's the way that we should be taking care of ourselves? Be safe, right? What about the people who hear the word corner and think you're talking about the corner of a street? What about the people who don't know the difference between a running back or a wide receiver or a linebacker? What about those people? Would they be pleased to meet you? What if they see you out at a banquet like this and you go up and you get your grandmother's food first and you make sure that you don't eat until her bread is buttered and her water glass is full? When people see you like that with your respecting your elders, would they be pleased to meet you? The folks that don't know anything at all about football? What about the person who sees you at the grocery store with your mother and you're the one who's bagging up the groceries and carrying them to the car so that she can get in first? Would those people be pleased to meet you? See, you want those people to also be pleased to meet you. What if you're a kid in middle school and they see you with a second grader who really doesn't even know what to do with the football and you go over there and you spend time helping him learn how to throw and catch? They watch you and say, "This is somebody who wants to give back." Would those people be pleased to meet you? Or after a game, they just see you interacting with your father, who knows more than your coach, right? Your daddy always knows more than your coach. And he's telling you about everything that you should have done differently or what you did wrong. And you just standing there looking him in the eye saying, yes, sir, I hear you. Someone looks over there and says, that's a young man that respects his elders. I sure would be pleased to meet you. Or someone who's just randomly looking in the Post-Dispatch and sees your name on the list of folks who made the honor roll. Would those people be pleased to meet you? I guarantee you they would. Or they don't know anything about your stats, but they see you enter a room with a smile. They see you standing up bold and tall and greeting people like you're happy to see them. I bet you those people who know nothing about football would also be pleased to meet you. There's so many people, you all, who are waiting for you, who can't wait to lay eyes on you, who can't wait to shake your hand. And maybe they will have heard about all that you've accomplished athletically. Maybe they will have. But they also will have heard about how you grind and how hard you work. They are also going to be pleased to meet you when they hear that. When they understand how humble you are, they're really going to be anxious to come up to you and shake your hand and tell you, nice to meet you. When they hear the story that something happened and you faced a lot of adversity, but you persevered and you made it through, they're really going to be pleased to meet you. Maybe they hear about some disappointments that you had in your life, but you never let those define you. I tell you, those people, when they hear that, they're going to be pleased to meet you. When they know you're the type of kid that gives back, helps others, and have that mantra to whom much is given, much is required. I promise you, they're going to be pleased to meet you when they hear that you're a respectful young man, that you have a strong faith, that you persevere, that you fight, that you love, that you have courage. I promise you, they're going to be pleased to meet you. I want to thank you all for having me here today. I want to encourage you that before I read a stat, because I'm that person, I don't know, all that stuff I just said about football, I had to look that up. I called my nephew, give me some terms for football. I'm that person, but it's your character, it's your presence, it's that way you greet me. If you say, yes, ma'am, no, sir, Mrs. Armstead, may I get you a slice of cheesecake? Those are the things that are going to make people truly happy and proud to meet you, to know you, to discover you, and to shake your hand. Thank you.
Come on, give her another hand. J&E 2K118. If you would, take your phones out real fast. Just take a selfie. J&E, hashtag J&E 2K118. And flood it. Anything you want, Instagram, Facebook. Well, I think so. STL, FootballU is on every, and Junior National League is on pretty much every social media outlet out there. JNE 2K18. JNE 2K18. There you go. I see it. I see you. Kidding. You try to get the whole table in. So now, here we are. The hour has come. So all season, we've witnessed some masterful individual and team achievements throughout this past season. We've read some phenomenal stats. Some tonight that we'll hear will be eye-opening, would be almost unreal. And tonight, we have the privilege of honoring those individuals for their academic, social, and their athletic triumphs. These young men have worked hard, and like our speakers, every single one of them who did a fantastic job have said, none of them mentioned what you did in the weight room or what you did on the track or the football field to get ready. They all had character. They all were talking about your character, talking about how you carry yourself. And that's what FootballU is about. Of course, the training is what gets you to where you are today. But if you don't add character to that, this will be your ceiling. Like, talent only takes you so far, but your character is what's going to keep you there. And so tonight, STL FootballU wants to welcome or wants to acknowledge our Athletic Republic Players of the Week presentation. And so if Mr. Charlie McDowell, the CEO, Chief Operating Officer of Athletic Republic, join us. We're going to start with our STL FootballU Players of the Week. And when I call your name, just come on up and get your award. So now, I said these numbers were going to be ridiculous. They were going to be unbelievable. And the first one that we have in week 1 from Parkway West High School, 10 tackles, 3 interceptions, and one of them went for a touchdown. Ms. Armstead, we call that a pick 6. That's a pick 6. She writing it down? Oh, I'm sorry. And he had 3 catches for 119 yards and 1 touchdown. And he's a freshman. Told you this was ridiculous. Put your hands together for Jamarian Wayne. Yeah, he's not a freshman. I better check his birth certificate. We apologize because if you're following along in your book, it's not going to be in the book. So we apologize. Our week 2, another just head shaker. From Lutheran North, St. Charles. He had 14 carries for 277 yards. Do they even have enough time in a game for that? He rushed for 3 touchdowns. He had 1 reception for 20 yards in 1 game. Put your hands together, if you would, for Arculius Hurd. Oh, Coach, I was about to say, man, I know for a fact. I was about to walk out that door. We a fraud. Boy. I was 20 before I got my first strand of hair. Man, I got to calm down, y'all. I was leaving. Woo, boy, you got me sweating, Coach. That was unexpected. Okay, back, here we go. Week 3. Week 3 from Ridner High School. He had 28 carries for 231 yards and 3 touchdowns. He threw for 261 yards for the total of 492 all-purpose yards in one game, y'all. This is week 3 winner. Put your hands together for Corey Brooks. Now that's a high schooler right there. There you go. Yeah, now he's in high school. Our week 4 winner from Cardinal Ritter, College Preparatory High School. He was 19 of 26. That's 19 completions out of 26 attempts for 479 yards. Yeah. For 479 yards, 8 touchdown passes, and rushing for 1 touchdown. He tied for the Missouri stat. I guess he did. He tied for the Missouri state record for the most touchdown passes in a single game with 8. Gee-mitty Christmas. Put your hands together, if you will, for week 4 winner, Makai Higgins. Good Lord. Week 5 winner from Fort Zumwalt East High School. 210 yards passing for 2 touchdowns, 1 2-point conversion. He rushed for 200 yards for 3 touchdowns, 4 tackles, and 1 interception. I'm sure he slept well that night. Put your hands together with me and give a warm congratulations for Benjamin Watson. Week 6 winner from Troy Buchanan High School. He rushed 34 times for 313 yards, 8 touchdowns, 4 tackles on defense. Just clap your hands for Colin Nichols. Phenomenal, phenomenal. Week 7 from Marquette High School, Alton, Illinois. He threw for 225 yards, 5 touchdowns. He rushed for 79 yards for additional 2 touchdowns. Put your hands together for Caleb Ware. Yeah, he got up buttoning his jacket like this was the NFL draft day. And the LA Rams pick with the #1 draft. He got up like, yeah, that's me. So now we have co-winners in week 8. And as I look, it's only fitting. The first from Lutheran North High School, 16 carries for 379 yards, 5 touchdowns. He averaged 23.6 yards every time he touched the ball. 6 tackles on defense. He had to have ate his Wheaties that morning to do all of that and then go on defense and contribute with 6 tackles. Put your hands together for Isaiah Azubake. That's very true. Boy, it's gonna be good to meet you. He got up and hugged his mama. Well, that's the second part of a draft pick. You hug your mama, kiss your mama first. The second winner, the week 8, from East St. Louis Senior High School. Jiminy Christmas. Is this right? He threw for 384 yards and 4 touchdowns, and then found time to rush 8 times for 175 yards for 5 touchdowns. Yeah, man. Is that right? So he threw for 4 and rushed for 5. That's ridiculous. Put your hands together for Tyler Macomb. He got 2 more years. This boy, a sophomore. Unbelievable. It's the water. Larry, it's the water. They wasn't doing this when we was in high school, man. This is ridiculous. Week 9. You've heard his name before, so he didn't satisfy himself the first time. So he came back in week 9 and he had 21 solo tackles, or 21 total tackles, 18 solo, and 3 tackles for loss with 2 fumble recoveries. Then he turned around and carried the ball 25 times for 271 yards and 1 touchdown. He's already up here, but give him another hand, another trophy too. Just give him another one for Colin Nicholson. He just made history for STL football. No one ever walked away with 2 Player of the Week trophies. Come on, give these men a hand. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. They could be anywhere else. Unbelievable. Dude, he ran for 4 and threw for 5. Who does that? He does? That's crazy. Remember, selfies. JNE 2K18. JNE 2K18. That's crazy. So now we're going to jump into our finalists now. Then we're going to go 6th, 7th, 8th, and then high school. So now we are at our 6th grade level. I'm so glad there aren't stats that come with this. I don't think I could take any more of them for now, because I know they have. So you all might want to take your phones out to take pictures of these little guys. This is phenomenal. JNE, hashtag JNE 2K18. 6th grade finalists from St. Mary's Junior Dragon football team. Put your hands together for Michael Gordine Jr. Also from North County Cowboys Youth Football, welcome Jason Haran. Got the white tux on. From the Pattonville Junior Pirates football team, put your hands together for Tristan Jackson. And our 4th finalist for the 6th grade, Award. Put your hands together for Laverius Woods. We gotta check he's shaving already. So to fill you in case you did not know, these young men, they had to do some things to be considered for this award. The first thing they had to do is they had to be 3.0 or above in the classroom. The second thing they had to do was they had to participate in community service event that STL FootballU organizes every year. And thirdly, they had to write an essay. And it was a character essay. And this is probably the closest race that we've had in our 6-year history. And so the winner will go to, you want to say the name or you want me?
Nope, you can. There you go.
Oh man, this is like the Grammys. And the winner goes to Laverius Woods. Larevius, I'm sorry. Larevius Woods. Give them young men another hand. Now for our 7th grade finalists. We have from St. Charles Lutheran Junior Cougars, we have Aiden Harris. Like the hair, young man, like the hair. From Herbert Hoover Youth Football Club, we have Kyle Russell. And our 3rd finalist, from Lutheran North Junior Crusaders, we have Jackson Somerville. $360 at that. What product are you? And the winner of the 7th grade finalists, Aiden Harris. They in the 7th grade. Good God. Somebody feeding them good, huh? Time's not hard for everybody. Now, for 8th grade finalists. Love these young men. From Hazelwood Central Junior Hawks, we have Christian Cotton. Is he? Yep. You all right, young man? You good? I asked him that because he was in a fender bender. Not him? Oh. Who I'm about to call up. From Lutheran North Junior. He was in a fender bender on the way here, and we just glad that he made it. Put your hands together for T. Darion Owens. Oh, he's not here? He is okay though, right? Oh, okay. He's not here. So our third finalist for the 8th grade award from East St. Louis Junior Flyers. Put your hands together for Jalen McKenzie. And the winner for the 8th grade finalist goes to Jalen McKenzie. Come on, put your hands together for all of those finalists. One more time, put your hands together. They work hard. Parents ought to be proud. So now we are going to go into our high school. What we have all been waiting for. So now, the high school finalists for the 2018 Junior National Elite Award. The first finalist from Lutheran High School North, Lutheran North High School. Help me welcome Isaiah Azubake. Azubuki. Azubaki. See that? I had it right. I've been messing up so much. I had it right, and I still corrected myself. Congratulations, young man. He do look like he been in the weight room. From MICDS, put your hands together for Graham Bundy. Is he here? He's not here. Our third finalist from Hazelwood Central High School. Help me welcome Keon Cross. Hey, BG, they practicing for the draft. Did you notice that? He took forever. He let the camera zoom in on him. That's what he did. I like that, though. I like that. That's our fourth finalist for the Junior National Elite Award Banquet, John Burroughs High School. Put your hands together for Derek Miller. For the 6th annual Junior National Elite Award goes to Derek Miller. Come on, give them a round of applause.
So guys, we got 3 guys here that has a lot of accomplishments on the field, on and off the field. And we want to just do something a little different this year. We want you to announce the schools that you guys are committed to, University of Arkansas.
Hi, how y'all doing? I'm Isaiah Zuki, and I'm committed to the University of Arkansas State.
All right.
DJ Miller, I'm committed to the University of Iowa State. Keon Cross, and as of right now, I'm undecided.
It's nice to have choices, isn't it? Come on, give these young men another round of applause. This is hard work. Thank you, fellas. Congratulations. Just for you all's information, that trophy right there is actually in dimensions. It's taller and heavier than the Heisman Trophy. That's actual fact. That's the actual fact. So congratulations. So now if you would once again put your hands together for the visionary and the CEO of STL Football U one more time as he comes to send us home. Put your hands together for Sterling Finney.
Did you guys have a good time tonight? Put your hands together for all the finalists and all the guys that won awards today. Before I get into my little spiel and let you guys go, I got a few people to thank. First off, I want to thank my wife. She's dealt with me through thick and thin, and she's one of my biggest supporters. She is my biggest supporter, so I just want to let you know that I love you and I appreciate your support. And to the speakers, I can't say enough about you guys. You guys, give these guys a hand, the speakers. Hopefully you guys were able to take something from what they said. You know, our goal and our mission is to bring other people involved to help echo, hopefully, what you guys, parents, are saying at home. So the more people that we can have that is telling these young people the same thing in a positive manner, then I think it heightens their chance for success. So as far as FootballU is concerned, that is what we do. You know, we try to make sure that we get as many adults around our young people speaking some of the same facts about life and to go from there. The Florissant Police Department, can you stand up? Guys, I want to say one thing about these guys. You know, you hear so much negativity about police, but one thing I can do is speak for these guys. These guys have stuck with FootballU for the last 4 years. We did a back-to-school give-back drive in August, and these guys were right there. So please give these guys a round of applause. And last but not least, my event coordinator, Monica, could you please stand up? She's over there working right now. Can you stand up, please? Give this lady a hand, guys. Guys, for you that don't know, it takes approximately a year to get this event together. So we work tirelessly, day in and day out, night in and night out. There are times where me and Monica is literally on the phone at 12 and 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, 3 and 4 o'clock, 4 in the morning, literally to try to make this event as great as possible for you guys to enjoy yourself. So I just wanted to make mention and acknowledge your hard work. All right, now I can get into my spiel. Young men, for the guys who did not receive the award, I just want to say one thing to you guys. All of you guys are a success. Because you guys did not walk home with that trophy, the fact that you were even considered, so for everybody to understand this, these are 3 to 5 finalists out of 100. In the 6th grade portion of it, it was 140 people that applied literally to be a finalist for this award. So the fact that you were 3 out of the 140, you guys are a success in itself. So I put your hands together for that. You know, our whole spiel is, you know, we brought you here because of what you guys thought that you did with football. But in all actuality, we had something more that we wanted to give you guys. we wanted you guys to understand that life is really more than football, and who you are and character, and kind of speaking into some of the things that the speakers were talking about, people being pleased to meet you, and people, liking the type of person that you are. That is what you guys have to live by. At some point, and you've heard me say this 1,000 times, that football, that basketball, sports is going to be over for all of you young men at some point in your life. What do you have to sustain yourself after sports is done? All right? There's a statistic out there that says that within 7 years of a professional athlete retiring, most of them go bankrupt. And what that indicates to me is people are not managing their money correctly. They're spending money on things that has no value. And now when it's time for them to really sit down and to enjoy their family, they have no money, okay? And so what we want you guys to understand that life is more than sports. And we want you guys to really take that with you. And hopefully through this journey with the community service event, with all of the different things that you were required to do, it was pretty strenuous. We had about 3 or 4 different events before we even came to this event. And we strategically put that out in front of you because we wanted you guys to understand that you are an elite group of kids because you were considered out of the 100 kids or however many kids that tried to be in for the award. But we want you guys to understand that at the end of the day, it's going to be how you treat people, how polite you are to people, the relationships that you make throughout your life. Tying the tie at the Florissant Police Department, that is very near and dear to my heart because I'm 37 years old. I didn't learn how to tie a tie until I was 27. So to teach my kids who's 6 and who's 9 years old to be able to tie a tie, those are things that are important to me. And growing up on the north side of St. Louis, me and Larry actually grew up in the same neighborhood. And to see some of the things that we saw and to make it out, I want you guys to understand because I didn't understand this. When I didn't make it to the NFL, I thought that I wasn't a success because in our neighborhood, you were either a rapper or entertainer or ball player or football player or basketball player. And in my mind, I thought that, if I didn't make it to the NFL, then I wasn't successful. But I'm telling you guys this, you are a success. And make no mistake about this, that you guys are going to catapult yourself into life, and it's going to be more about what you do after you put that football down and after you put that helmet down. So hopefully throughout this whole process, you guys have understood that. All right, you guys understand that? For you finalists, did you understand that? So like I said, hopefully you guys took that with you, and we look forward to seeing some of you guys next year. Drive safely, and good night.